I really just lack words. I just can't believe I am sitting in a car that I bought my dad.
Ruka dad. Ruka kidogo.
Watu wanarukanga.
Anguka naye. Ati umesema ashiriki aje? Anguka naye. Anguka naye. Anguka naye.
How should I start the video? Hello, my name is Trudy. I am a Kenyan who lives in Ghana, and I just moved back to Kenya. And one of my big goals, I'm starting to get emotional, it's too early. One of my big goals is was to buy my dad a car. My dad has raised us as a single parent. You know, my mom passed away when I was just 16, and my dad took up the mantle to bring up 3 kids alone, and he wasn't even making a lot of money, you know. So up to date, I always wonder how my dad was able to take three children to school from primary all through, you know. It still blows my mind. Even before my mom passed away, my dad was still playing a very big role. You know, he was the mom and the dad. He used to come to school meetings. He never missed a school meeting. My dad has just always been there for us, always. He did his best. And I remember, I'll never forget, one day I asked my dad, Dad, why don't we go for a holiday in Mombasa? Like, well, everyone goes for holiday. My friends, they go for holidays, but we're always in Nairobi. Oh my God, there are my tears. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, guys. I asked my dad, we are always in Nairobi, why don't we go for holiday? And my dad looked at me and said, it's because I have an option of either taking you guys for holiday or paying for your school fees, you know. And I choose to pay your fees, you know, because that is what is important. At that point, it's when it hit me that my dad does not have it easy. He never complained. He just did his best. We never slept without food, not because my dad had too much, but because he sacrificed so much. My dad is the kind of guy who after work, he came home straight. And his friends will tell him, come, let's go for coffee. Let's go, you know, hang out a little. And he'd be like, no, you know, I gotta go home to my kids because we didn't have a house help. I think there was no money to hire a house help, you know, because the cash was tight. So my dad used to, when we were very small, he used to wash our clothes. He used to cook our food. He used to do everything. When I say mom and dad, I mean he was the mom and the dad. I'm so grateful for my dad, because was it not for my dad, I wouldn't be where I am today. Thank God for my dad, because God used my dad to get me here, you know. So my dad has been our stronghold, you know, in our home. God, where do I start? I lack words, you know. I really just lack words. I just can't believe I am sitting in a car that I bought my dad. Oh my God, this let me tell you guys, nothing is impossible. I feel like my thoughts are all over the place. It's like I'm not speaking in order, but it's because I'm just excited. I'm grateful, I'm humbled, I'm emotional, and I can't believe it, you know. To pray for us every Sunday. He used to take us to church here, Ngong Road. I'm just next to Ngong Road, Nairobi Baptist Church. Hold our hands and take us to church every Sunday. We never miss church, you know. So we started from baby class to Sunday school to the main church. Like my dad is just one of a kind, you know. And I am so grateful. And obviously we didn't have a car, we didn't have money to afford a car, so we used to use matatus. If you don't know, matatu is a public means of transport in Kenya. So all our lives we used matatus. You know, going to school, we were using matatus. And I remember at some point, I think my dad saved up, and I think he paid for us gym C and stuff like that sometimes. And sometimes we'd be using matatus, you know. Yani my dad, I'm just so grateful. Guys, you don't understand. Oh my God. I know. You guys know I love my dad, but I don't know if you know the reason why, because my dad is just one of a kind, made so many sacrifices for us. And I always wanted to give back to my dad. And I remember 2021, my dad was diagnosed with kidney failure. And it changed our lives completely, you know. Excuse me. My dad got kidney failure. We didn't know, we didn't expect it. Life was going on as usual. I was supposed to travel, and then my brother had gone with my dad to the village. So he went with my dad to the village, and they were just home, you know, and my dad started getting sick. Was getting sick, you know. And everything he ate, he was vomiting. Anything he ate, he was vomiting. You understand? So we're like, what's the problem? You know, we didn't understand. So we took him to these hospitals in the village, the main one, the clinic. They just gave him so many medications, and whenever he took it, he was just vomiting. Nothing was working. And so the next morning, my brother decided, I'm gonna rush my dad to Kisumu. That was in Siaya. So he was like, I'm gonna rush my dad to Kisumu. So for those, if you're new to the channel, I'm half Kikuyu, half Luo. My mom was from Kirinyaga, my dad is from Siaya. So yeah, that was, we were in Yala. So my brother was like, I'm gonna rush my dad to hospital. So my brother drove to hospital. The whole way my dad wasn't talking. He was so unwell. And he got to hospital like this. The doctors rushed to get my dad, and they told my brother, you're so lucky you got your dad to hospital right now. If not, your dad didn't make it. Your dad would have passed away. So we're like, oh my God. Thank God my brother made the move to rush my dad to hospital. And after diagnosing my dad, after doing all the treatment, they say that my dad had kidney failure. And if you know kidney failure, it means your kidneys do not work, and therefore your body is not able to remove the waste naturally. Guys, first of all, before we got to that conclusion, we had to pay so much money, you know. It's a long story. But then it changed our lives forever. And I remember during that time I didn't have enough money even to pay for my dad's hospital bill. So I had to save everything. I had to give everything that I had saved, and it wasn't even enough. I remember calling my cousin and asking her, please, can you help me? Because the doctor said my dad is in a dire situation. He needs, oh my God, he needs treatment, and they can't proceed without the money. So we need to pay the money. And I had used all the money that I had. Thank God for my cousin Mary. She sent me some money, and I'll never forget. And my dad was able to get the treatment. And after my dad got he was admitted in hospital for like 2 weeks. And when he was coming out, you were told that your lives are changing forever. Your dad is not the same man that he was. He's not as strong as he used to be. He cannot eat the food he used to eat, so his meals need to change. His diet needs to change. His way of life needs to change. You guys need to be there for him more than you've ever been before, you know. And so because of that, my dad had to be going for dialysis twice a week, which I thank God, because I know there are countries where people have kidney failure and the government doesn't come through. Let me tell you, dialysis treatment is very expensive. In a year, according to our calculations, it comes to about 1 million Kenya shillings. 1 million Kenya shillings. And I was like, how am I gonna afford that every year, you know? But thank God for the Kenyan government. There is the NHIF, which was paying for my dad's dialysis, the insurance. So we just have to buy medication, and my doctor has to see the dad once a month. And so that is why it was so important for me to buy my dad a car. I know you're probably wondering, but truly you bought your brother a car. The car is finally ready. I've been helped by some really amazing people, Yani. So it's not perfect, but it's something. Yeah, this is it. I don't want to keep my brother waiting. Let's rush.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
You had a car, it's how you bought your brother. So my brothers both have their own cars, but people are growing, life is changing. They're now family men, and they can't always be there with my dad because we've all moved out, and so my dad is alone, and so breaks my heart that my dad has had to be taking matatus, and sometimes he comes from dialysis feeling very weak. Sometimes the dialysis drains him, and initially he used to faint. Even he used to be so weak he has to sit somewhere. He used to be unconscious because of how weak he feels when he comes from hospital. And I used to order for him Ubers, and then sometimes when I'm not around, he would take a matatu, and I'd be, Dad, you don't have to take a matatu, He'd be like, it's okay. I'm like, no. The time I got angry the most is when my dad took a motorbike, and I told him, never take a motorbike. Motorbikes are very dangerous, especially for older people. For young people, okay, fine, but for older people, no. So I've just been praying to God, and I've just been telling God, I really want to save up and buy my dad a car. My dad is a very simple man. He doesn't need a Jeep. He doesn't need a Range Rover. He just needs a car to move him from point A to B, from home, to the hospital for dialysis twice a week. And that's it. Maybe all my money has gone to buying this car for my dad. Like right now, I am at zero. When I say zero, I mean zero. But it's okay because he's my dad. I love him so much, and I would do anything for him. So my dad knows that I'm buying him a car, but he doesn't know when. When he knew I was buying him a car, he was like, I don't want anything expensive. I don't want you to break the bank, just something simple. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get you something simple. But he doesn't know when it's coming. So the plan is to call him and tell him that I'm sending him an Uber to pick him tomorrow morning and drop him in hospital. And then when he comes out of the gate, I show him his car, which is gonna be his Uber forever, for life, hopefully. So yeah, that's the plan. I hope this puts a smile on my dad's face, and yeah, I hope it makes things a little easier for him.
3 hours later.
Guys, so I just got home, and I want to call my dad and tell him that I'm gonna be sending him an Uber tomorrow morning. Then when he gets out of the house, it's his car, which he doesn't know. So he knows I'm buying, but he doesn't know when it's coming, So when I tell him I'm getting him an Uber, he'll be like, it's an unusual thing, It's a usual thing. So let me give him a call.
Hello.
Hey, Dad.
Yes.
So tomorrow, what time are you going to hospital?
Tomorrow, I was thinking I go on Wednesday.
Why do you want to go on Wednesday?
So that I can find out the amount which I was being asked to go with, what it was for.
What amount is that? What amount is that?
7,500.
For what?
That is what I don't know. So I wanted to go to the National Hospital Insurance Fund to inquire.
So they just told you come with this money, they didn't tell you why?
No, they didn't tell me why. And people are moving from National Hospital Insurance Fund, which has been there for many, many years.
They're moving to the new one.
The National Hospital Insurance Fund, NHIF, to SHA, which is Social Health Authority.
Okay, so tomorrow you won't go to hospital?
Tomorrow, I wanted to spend tomorrow to find out what that money is for.
You can't just call them?
Okay, I can call them, but even if I'm going to call them, now it is late.
Or I can pass by the hospital tomorrow because I'm around the hospital.
Oh, you are around the hospital, huh?
Yeah.
24 hours later.
Guys, so I'm out of the shower. It's 6:30 on the dot. My dad doesn't joke with his time. He's always on time. So I gotta go down. I gotta tell him I ordered an Uber. It's 5 minutes away. And then so he doesn't go out, because if he says 6:30, by 6:30 he'll be out. So yeah, let me go and tell him that. I'm so excited. Cross your fingers for me. Let's hope everything goes well. So let's go. Hi. Everyone. Today we're going to film with Maya. The Uber is 5 minutes away. You've had breakfast already?
I just had tea because we always take breakfast.
Okay, so the Uber is 5 minutes
That
away.
is getting late.
5 minutes away. Yeah.
A few minutes later.
So I told my dad the Uber is here. So my dad is coming out. And the guy is here. So let me surprise him. Dad, there's your Uber. Which is also your car. Yeah. Ruka kidogo. Ruka. Anguka naye. Ati umesema ashereke aje? Anguka naye. Anguka naye. Anguka naye. There's the Uber. Good morning.
Hi, I'm the Uber driver.
Guys, you remember G4? He brought the car from Mombasa. Thank you. Yeah. So G4 is our family friend and our neighbor, a very genuine guy who brought me the car all the way from Mombasa. Did you guys know that buying cars in Mombasa is actually cheaper than buying them in Nairobi? Same car, different prices. A difference of up to even 100,000 is crazy. So he helped me pick out the car that is efficient, easy to use. And we decided to go with the Nissan because, it's going to be easier for my dad to manage. So I'm so grateful.
So the best platform to do business with is landandbuy.com. We are a click and mortar company. We have physical shops and an online shop. www.landandbuy.com. So we've just finished delivering this car to Miss Trudy, and we are very grateful for the opportunity to do business with her. And we'd like to urge Trudy gang and any other person, try us out. Our shops are available and we are online, www.landandbuy.com. A very secure platform. We hook you up with sources of product and we make sure we see the deal through until completion. Thank you. See you in the next business.
We parked the car at his place.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dad.
I'll kiss my car.
Yes, please do.
Kiss for the car.
Kiss for the car.
This will be your car.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you like it.
Dad, I hope you like your car.
Yes.
I hope it makes you work easy, like going to hospital every day. And I hope you like the design and everything. Yeah, and it's a pleasure to be able to do this for you. Yes.
I will also try my best to make sure that the car is taken care of. Yeah, so that it can serve me longer. Yes. And I'm very grateful to you for buying not a second-hand car, but a brand new car.
Only the best for my dad.
KDR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only the best for you. And yeah. All the best, and thank you for everything you've done for us and all the sacrifices you've made. So when I have an opportunity, if I can be able to make your life better, I will.
Yes, certainly. You
Yeah.
have tried your best.
You're welcome.
And I'm also grateful.
Welcome. Guys, so this is so sad. I came to drop my dad in hospital, and they're being told that they have to pay to be treated, and we've been told the government has moved from NHIF to SHIF. So now they're being turned away. The government said nobody will be turned away, yet they're turning away people. They're turning away people if they don't have money. They're saying pay 7,500 or we cannot give you treatment, which is dialysis. There's a long line. It's so sad. This is not a joke. If you don't pay for dialysis, you're going to die if you don't get treated. So this is not something you can turn people away. The question is, why is the government doing this to people? You know, why should people suffer because of what the government is doing? That's what I'm trying to understand. Guys, it's just sad. I filmed the video. I went to the office. I talked to the office, to the people in the office, and they said, yep, SHIF hasn't yet been rolled out, so people have to pay. So I'm like, but that is not fair. People should not suffer because of that. I know it's not the hospital's problem, it's the government. Why are you rolling off something that you haven't even confirmed is working already? Then we were sent to the third floor. I got to the third floor. The lady who attended to me was so kind, and she said, hey Trudy, we are sorry about the inconvenience, but there's nothing we can do as a hospital. The government hasn't communicated with us, and it has taken away NHIF, so you guys have to pay, but we'll refund you the money. Then the guy next to him is like, no, don't tell them we'll refund the money yet. Let's not tell them that. Let's not tell them anything. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you can't expect us to just pay without any information. You understand? Guys, then I understood what she said. So then I went down. I was filming. I think some nurses reported me that I'm filming. The security guard came and told me, why are you filming? I explained to the security guard, and he understood, and he was like, please don't make the hospital look bad. And I'm like, it's not about the hospital. This is an amazing hospital. We love the hospital. Coptic is amazing, by the way. It's an amazing hospital. That's why we come here. The problem is the government. And the security guard told me, you know, it's not just I think he's the head of the security. He told me it's not just Coptic Hospital, it's all over Kenya. And I said yes, and that is why we are not blaming Coptic Hospital. We are blaming the government, because Coptic can only do its best. The problem is the government. Is this a scam? Why do patients have to go back to the pocket? People don't have money. You know, some people earn that money, 7,000 in a month. Now you're telling them they should give that every time they come for dialysis. And people come for dialysis 2 or 3 times a week. So where should they get that money? Some people have the money, some people don't have. So that is not fair. I'm not just speaking for my case, I'm speaking for everyone who is going to be affected by this and has nobody to speak out for them. Guys, this is so much. This was supposed to be a happy video, but this is the way it's ending, and I'm sorry, I just have to say something. You know, I can't see things going wrong and say nothing and do nothing. I hope, guys, what do you think? Is this shifting a scam? Like, what is happening? What is happening? But I hope this is the last time. Hey. And I know it's not just dialysis. If you have a parent with another condition or even a sibling, please drop a comment. Let us know if you're being told now you have to pay. Yet the government has said nobody will be turned away. Like, Kenya, no. What is happening? I'm just gonna end my video here, guys, but I hope things are gonna be better. I hope the next time you come, you're not gonna be told to pay. The director refused to speak to me. I went to the director. They said, no, I don't want to speak to you. I said, okay. Hey guys, anyway, thank you for watching. Please Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you work in the government, you can explain to us why this is happening, you know. Thank you.